Chris Taylor is joining us. It's a Friday, of course, and you're here. You've got some great decorating ideas for Christmas so that you can spend more money on the kids' gifts or on gifts for others instead of on the decorations around the house. It looks like I dressed appropriately because I'm matching just about everything.
Yes, very, very festive. We all know this time of the year we're scraping every penny together to get the last toy, and sometimes it has to be off eBay, but you know, we spend a little bit more than planned. So what we've done is take things that you probably already have around the home, and it's an easy way, say the in-laws decided they want to come visit, or a brother and sister in town, how you can take what you've got and, you know, make it a little bit more festive without having to go buy new. So the basic is something we did when we started, probably when we were kids.
Love this.
I know my parents, when I was growing up, didn't want to spend a lot on decorations, so just get some really fun wrapping paper. There's a lot of really kind of special prints that are out there, like black and white. You know, you don't see that very often. Just wrap it up and put a neat little, this is like a silver burlap.
It's a picture frame.
Yeah, it's just a standard picture frame, and you know, it's just a creative, easy way to add a little bit of holiday cheer to your place.
And you can do this if you have hanging pictures on your walls too. That's what my mom always did. She took the hanging pictures and wrapped those up. Onto this one. This is really simple and easy too.
Just a great, this is just a water serving pitcher we have in our curio cabinet. And, you know, everybody stands back and look at those things, you use them once a year. So we just took some extra red glass balls and filled them inside. You could use pine cones. You could even use, we talked about if it was a little bit more modern, you could even do like metal cookie cutters. Could be kind of fun. Your standard vase that you use when somebody is nice enough to bring you flowers. And you'll find a small trend here is that ribbon is your friend. So holiday packing ribbon, maybe even, depending on the colors, you know, you can do a lot. And then the last, we had some dessert glasses that we picked up a set of at an auction for like $2 for 12. And I thought, how many times a year am I going to eat out of dessert glasses? So I'm like, okay, so if somebody's, you know, on their way and you're like, oh, shoot, I have to get ready to decorate. Simple little tea lights. I'm a huge fan of these. You know that I've used these on my segments before, because if you aren't paying attention, it's okay, because you're not going to burn down the house.
Very cute.
So the ribbon is your friend. There's quite a variety. You can even do some of this in burlap. Reuse the ribbon for projects later in the spring.
Cool.
And then last but not least, I thought this is kind of fun.
Yeah,
when we were in elementary school, we always made little garlands. And I thought, okay, you're on a budget. You want something kind of rustic. Just the classified ads.
Oh, wow.
Usually the print's really small, so it doesn't really matter what they say, and I just used a regular chip clip to put them together, and then, you know, you can do snowman, you can do all kinds of stuff, and if you just layer it up.
Oh my goodness.
You know, and you can make some fun little garland, and yeah, it's kind of juvenile, but it's kind of rustic at the same time.
Absolutely.
And it's free, so we like free.
You're right. And you get the, like on this one has an ad on it, but it's got color on it too. It's not just black and white. And you have some other tips for us coming up a little bit later on in the show?
Yes, later on in the show, we're going to be talking about probably updating your table for the holidays, and you'd be surprised at how many people don't know what this is.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
It was kind of a hunt to find, but when I found them, I found that most people don't know, and it's an inexpensive way to decorate your holiday table.
All right, we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. Right now, Chris Taylor joins us now. We're talking about decorating your Christmas or your table for the holidays. Some of these are things that you should leave up and not necessarily eat off of.
Yes. So what we've got here is kind of your standard place setting. You know, everybody's got their basic china at home, and if they don't after this, they can save on purchasing the holiday china and invest in a good set. That's the main point. We love to decorate for the holidays. Some of us love to spend the extra on special occasion china. But if you want to really go for the big bang, buy the really good china, and we're going to show you how you can take it for about $4 a place setting into holiday china.
Cool.
So what we've got here is a couple of different things, cost about $4. So we'll start with your usual greenery. A lot of us like floral arrangements on the tables, or you know, we might have one of those standard sets. And that's great, but by simply adding something like floral picks, which literally costs about 25 cents a piece, you can take an arrangement, you know, and this is real, this is fake, and once you've put it together,
and you have little pine cones in here too.
Little pine cones, little glitteries, and if you're really into each season, you can always change it up for each season.
Really easy.
The second is, you'll notice everything is exactly the same except for our napkin ring, which is ribbon, because we talked about ribbon earlier. It's the easiest, least expensive way to decorate for the holidays, without a doubt. I chose to use glitter ribbon, and I have not used this on my own table, and you will find out, as I did this morning, it's probably not the best thing to use if you're going to be eating off the plate and using the napkin. But some of us like to set our table for the season and just leave it set for visitors. So, you know, that's something that we can do, and it looks nice. Just wash it before you use it.
Now, what is under this?
Now, what is under this is very hard to come by. Most sales associates don't really know what they are because people don't really talk about them anymore, but lots of us have them in our homes. And it's called a charger. So a charger plate basically charges your table. In the restaurant industry and fine dining, they use this to hold your space at the table prior to your meal coming, and then your plate is usually delivered on top of a charger. Well, it's perfect in the sense that it kind of adds a little bit of gold. You could do red or green or whatever you wanted to do to decorate your table that goes with the decor you currently have.
Okay.
But this costs like 97 cents.
Perfect.
So that's much less expensive than paying, you know, $70 or $80 for a holiday-themed china set. And at $4 a place setting, you know, you get your bang for the buck.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining us this morning. Great ideas. I'll put them, we talked a little bit about some decorating for the house. I'll put those on our YouTube page here coming up a little bit later on. Now we're going to go out to Tegan, who is outside freezing a little bit out there, but